What's cracking, Jump Nation family? It's your boy here, Rushi, yes, aka the Jump Rope Coach. Welcome back, guys. This is very exciting news. We are reloading or relaunching the Jump Rope Lab, and this is probably the third season. It's a series that I started back in 2016, I believe, where I review your videos online and hopefully share some cool tips and improvements to enhance your skipping experience. Right now, this series was never meant to kind of shame anyone's skipping techniques or kind of bring anyone down. This is about elevating your game. Right now, I've started this on Instagram, where you guys can now use the hashtag Jump Rope Lab to like upload your videos. I get a chance to see the tags coming through, and as you can already see, I've had like a ton of people already coming back to me. So thank you for everyone who's sharing. This is just an opportunity for me to review your videos online on YouTube. And again, it's going to help so many more other people out there who are falling into the same kind of bad habits or have the same difficulties, right? So that's what this series is all about. I want to get through these videos as quick as possible. And also I've had submissions where like the techniques are on point. So at the end, you're going to also see another feature where someone has just, he's just absolutely killing the game. And I just want to bring the community together, give more people, I guess, the limelight, as it were, online. We've got a platform now hitting nearly 500,000 now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc., etc. So I just want you guys to get involved, right? So use that hashtag, especially if you're on Instagram. Feel free to send videos an email, but Instagram is the place where I can get to see them very quickly. So let's get straight into this video, guys. I've got a cool video from a very, very cool looking dude. His name's Jerome Watson. He goes by the name Jerome Watson Fit. We're going to get his video up straight away, okay? And I'm just going to literally play it raw. I've seen the clip a couple of times, so I know what to basically share with you guys in today's video, but it's still fresh in my head, right? So we're going to play this video right now, and back at home, if you're watching, and in whatever level you're at, see whether or not you know what I'm about to talk about, if that makes sense. So let's play this clip from Jerome right now. All right, so a bit of side swings going on. I like that he's in his back garden. Love that. Anytime, anywhere, you can fly it like a boss. Love this. So he's just putting a few crossovers together. He's got the basic bounce going, and he's got actually nice rhythm just right off the bat, back into side swings. And yeah, he's not jumping too high. The timing looks good already. Bit of high knees. And then he's kind of just like switching between one leg jumps. And that's it, man. Very quick, easy clip. You can see like he's getting a good workout in. He's a very, very, very physical looking guy, like muscular looking guy. So I know this guy does a lot of training. Haven't peeped his website or Instagram properly just yet. But look, we're gonna get straight into this, right? The way I break down these videos is very simple, okay? We go straight to the main core things that we can change, and then a few little tweaks, okay? So like, I'm gonna get his video back up. We're gonna rewind this clip. Let's go straight to the beginning. And I'll be pausing along, right? Okay, Jerome, so mate, first off, right? You're killing it, smashing it. I love the fact that you're using skipping as your workouts in the back garden. So you're just showing everything great about this thing, man. You can do it anywhere. Let's go straight into it, right? So we start off with a few side swings. Now, I'm just gonna pause the clip right now with that side swing. It's a little bit handsy, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a demonstration as well at the end, right? Just when we go outside. It's a little bit handsy when you come into the first side swing, so we're going to correct that straight away. But ultimately, like, nothing looks too crazy and too like off or awkward just yet. We go straight into these basic bounce that you're doing, and with the crossovers and the arm positioning, you're going to see, basically, I'm going to obviously freeze these frames here. We get quite a lot of movement away from the body. The elbows come quite far away from the body. It's quite a typical kind of, I want to say beginner. I'm not sure how long he's been skipping, of course. I don't really know the backstory, but it's a typical thing that most beginners do when they first pick up a rope, because they just feel like the motion of the rope needs to come from their arms. So naturally they take the elbows away from the body, and they use the arms to rotate this rope along with their wrists, of course. So I'm going to keep playing this clip, and you're going to just see more of this happening. The rotations comes more from the kind of like a lot from the biceps, forearms, and then the crossovers as well. The crossovers are working fine. I'm just pausing this clip. The crossovers are working fine. The thing about them, though, again, is because he's got these arms away from the body, you're going to see from when I show you how you can do this correctly, is, again, the arms then work the crossover. They create the figure of eight. They create the loops. It's all armsy. So what that does is, not only does it kind of speed, it kind of slows the speed down, if that makes sense, but also you're more likely to trip. And I'm sure, like, I haven't spoken to Jerome, of course, but like, I'm sure that when he's doing these at speed or trying to increase the kind of level of intensity, he's more likely to trip, because you have to be so accurate. And on top of that, your rope length needs to be perfect if you're going to do everything with your arms. So I'm going to show you that everything needs to kind of come from the wrists more, and more kind of a rotation of the forearm when you create these loops, rather than coming from out here and then crossing Okay, so that's another point we're gonna touch on later on. So just going through one more time, we're just gonna break it more down. He's doing these one-legged jumps, and what I like about it is like he's mixing up. He's mixing up the footwork. He's doing everything that's what's like great. Everything that I always talk about with skipping is that there's so many different variations and so many different styles of how to work this rope that you can get so many different kind of values from it. So mixing up the footwork is very, very good. When you are doing these one-legged jumps, as you'll see when we go outside as well, is that we want to try and stay in the same position as well. That's what's going to help increase and enhance our balance and really intensify the workout more, because you're engaging the core to try and stay in the same position. So he's just kind of moving a little bit back and forth. I don't think it's intentional, but if it is intentional, then that's good as well, because you can obviously move around. Don't have to always stay in the same position. But I like it, man. I really do like it. The way he's sort of switching between a kind of run skip and the one-legged bounces. Again, the run skip could look a little bit more aesthetic, in my opinion. We can get a little bit more on the balls of your feet, if that makes sense, Jerome. Like, I'm not sure if you're using Air Force Ones, maybe. I'm not sure. They look kind of thick, the heels, but like, or the soles even. We just want to try and stay a little bit more on the balls of our feet, and it will give us that kind of lighter look, that kind of feel that when you're skipping, you're kind of floating. So otherwise, that's pretty much the breakdown. I love it, man. I feel like it's another episode to go into rope length. I can't really tell his rope length from this, especially when you put your arms out wide like that. You're shortening the rope already. You're making the arcs a lot more wider, so you're more likely to trip. So again, if I tell him to bring his arms in, he's gonna have to adjust the rope length, make it maybe slightly longer, shorter. It's gonna see how it works. But listen, let's jump outside. I really love this clip. I think it's a perfect clip to start off with today. And these videos are just, again, we're just talking about what we can do to improve your style, your techniques, learn from my experiences. It's not going to work for everyone, all right? So what I say on this channel is not the be all and end all, but you just have to remember I've been doing this for 5+ years now, and I know what the traps are, I know what the bad habits are, and this is just a quick shortcut, hopefully. You know, there's no shortcuts to learning this thing, but it's a quick little side road to get to the part you want to get to, all right? So let's quickly jump outside. I'm going to show you how we can get this done super smooth. Right, people, okay. So this portion of the video, just going to quickly share, again, my tips, improvements. Hopefully we can help Jerome just level up the game a little bit quicker. So first things first, right, I mentioned, we'll take it in turn, right? First thing I mentioned was the sort of side swing at the start. I said it's a little bit kind of armsy. What I kind of meant by that was it kind of feels like he's up here. More, not armsy is the right word, but it's like a lot of it's with the shoulders. So quick fix for this one, mate, is we're just gonna try and get you to stay a little bit more upright. The shoulders don't really move with the side swings, right? And again, it's more of a kind of aesthetic thing, to be honest with you. It's not really a big thing, but like if you're here and you're just doing side swings, it's just more from the wrists kind of coming across your body rather than kind of moving it all in one motion. And the reason is this, right? When you come to getting even better and improving your game, you kind of don't want the body kind of moving too much across the line, because obviously when you're skipping, when you're trying to go quicker, for example, if the whole body's moving with the rope, it's going to kind of get everything out of kind of sync. So we just want you to just focus on just kind of keeping that body upright, straight looking, shoulders kind of face forward looking even, and you're just kind of moving the wrists for your side swings, and then kind of just feel like it's all coming from the wrists rather than shoulders. That's the first point. Second point we mentioned was the arms. Now this is a really big point, and I've mentioned it in kind of like previous videos. This is all determined on your rope length, of course, which is probably for another video, but with your arms and your elbows coming away from your body and you're making this rope more shorter, as you can see, you shorten the rope, you bring it down, or you bring the elbows in, rope becomes a little bit more narrow, longer, a lot more accurate. So when you're skipping now, and I said that, I kind of mentioned that your arms are kind of working this rope, we kind of want to have the feeling that the elbows are nice and relaxed, closer to your body, and actually it's the forearms and more the wrist, the thumbs pushing this rope, although if you're using the handles like this. So you're more here, you know, narrow arcs, elbows nice and relaxed, kind of facing backwards. If you're out here, that's when we start using a lot more arms, exerting a lot more energy. It's kind of inefficient. You're going to get more tired, and it's going to be difficult to pick up the speed and kind of incorporate transitions and combinations. So just try and tuck it in. You're going to have to probably tinker with your rope length for that as well. Third thing was kind of the footwork. So I mentioned balance, all right? Now, when you're doing the kind of the high knees or the one-legged bounces, you were kind of back and forth a little bit. And I felt like it wasn't intentional. So like, again, a nice drill when you're in the gym or when you're back in the garden is when you're doing these kind of one-legged jumps, is you really have a focus, something in front of you. Don't look too down at your feet, but I want you to kind of feel like you're just not moving from that spot. So we're here, and you're just kind of here, and then change leg, here. And you want to kind of embrace that core a little bit more. You're a strong looking guy, so like it's gonna be easy work for you. So like, feel like you're doing that, and that's gonna, again, build on the aesthetics, build on the flows, the fluidity of like how you're skipping. So you're not going all over the place, because once you start incorporating stronger moves and faster moves, and if you're moving a little bit around, then you're gonna have to adjust for where the arc is, and it's gonna make you probably trip up a lot more. Last thing was really, again, the footwork on some of the steps you were showing. It was kind of like, it's a little bit kind of bulky in the sense that it felt like, again, you were kind of falling more on the sole of your foot, if that makes sense. Whereas I kind of feel like if you can get in the habit of really driving those heels up, especially as you're doing that run step, so feel like your kind of toes are pointing down and your heels are going up. You kind of have this vibe that you can kind of step down and spring back up quicker, rather than step down and then it starts to look a bit bulky. One drill you could try and do, bro, is basically when you're skipping now with your trainers in the garden, feel like every step you take, you don't make a sound. So obviously I'm in socks here, so I won't make a sound, but when I used to usually wear trainers when I was skipping, I'd feel like the only sound you'd hear would be the rope hitting the floor, and you couldn't hear my feet. So even now when I'm doing this move, I'm kind of feeling like I'm skipping on eggshells. I'm skipping on, I don't know, something hot. So it's like really nice, loose. You can't hear the feet touching the floor. I think that pretty much covers most of it, right? You've got side swings, arms away from your body, feeling nice and light on your feet. Everything else was working really well. One point quickly was the crossovers. I mentioned that it was a little bit armsy again. This was just about loops, okay? Now you're just gonna get better as time goes on. Before you were here, right now you're here, where it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of hard for me to even try and do it like this, but it's kind of like double bounce, and you're making the loops with your arms. Like, what we want to kind of get the vibe that you kind of want is you want to make these loops narrower. Again, so this all comes from bringing your elbows in, and then all you're just doing is just bringing the wrists in, crossing over at the elbows. So that's the motion, rather than here, like rather than kind of bringing the rope away from your body. So when you come to doing it now, just feel like when the elbows are by your side, you're just using more wrist and forearm just to make a narrow loop. So in, back to skipping, in, rather than out, then in, out, in. That's gonna help your crossover. So I've got loads of crossover tutorials, loads of kind of arc tutorials, all this kind of stuff. But hopefully these tips help you, mate. It's not gonna come overnight. It's gonna take a little bit of time, a bit of practice, but hopefully these drills help you out a little bit. Right, people, okay, hopefully you found that useful. How I'm gonna start to close these videos off in today's episode anyway, and hopefully going forward, is I'm just gonna share a video that came up on the tag, Jump Rope Lab. Remember, don't forget it on Instagram. There's people out there that are just sharing videos, and that's what I love. And there's just not really much to kind of critique, as it were, or give feedback on, because it's just doing things, in my opinion, very, very well. So I'm gonna upload this video. I'm gonna share it right now on the screen. This is from a guy called Ton. He goes by the name of Ton. And he's got some epic skills, man. He's using as well the Krypton Green money rope, so big up for that. Let's roll his clip right now. Everything about this clip, and I'm going to talk you through it as well. It's 25 seconds long. Everything about this clip I love, and you're going to see why. So here we go, man. Just rolling the clip now. The balance, like, you could just see, man. Like, for me, like, you know, it's just got Mayweather RA flows written all over it. Like, this guy has obviously seen a lot of videos, but you could just see by the balance, the way he's kind of transitioning his footwork, going into double unders, double under crossovers. There's not really much I would be even able to kind of improve on in this clip. The form of his arms, I'm going to replay the clip again. We're just going to keep looping it for a little bit. But the side swings very nice, tight to his body, wrist moving well. The rope, the arcs, the formation of it is how you can tell when someone has been skipping for a while or has been putting a lot of work into their craft, because the rope just moves effortlessly. So I was like, big up for that, man. Even the style of his jumps, how much he's jumping on his double unders, always on the balls of his feet. It's epic, man. It's pure skipping, and it's pure speed rope skipping. Like, so if you're a skipping rope, or like if you're a speed rope purist, for example, you're going to understand like how to get this rope moving. Like, if you can get it to look like that, then you're on the right track. So listen, don't go on for too long. You guys have absolutely smashed it out there for everyone who's uploading their videos, everyone who's sharing it with their friends and family. I know it's a little bit nerve-wracking to be featured on YouTube and in front of like hundreds of thousands of people maybe, but just try to get it done, man. I'm going to try and feature as many of you as possible. If I didn't get around to featuring you this week or next week, then stay patient. I'll try to get around to as many videos as I can. Thanks again to Jerome for sending that video or like using the tag. Hope that improved your techniques, bro. And yeah, everyone, keep flying legendary and keep flying boss. I'm loving this movement, loving this community. And series like this, like videos like this, is only going to enhance people's skills out there. So that's what this is all about, man. Spreading the positivity and making sure that you guys are getting this done correctly. So listen, without further ado, I'll check you in the next video. So take care of yourself. Skip the treadmill. Stay safe. Peace.
Was the knight in shining armor in your movie? Would put your lips on mine and love the aftertaste now.